All right, guys, welcome back to Above Ground World News. It's Monday. Mondays always suck, but here we are. We're here. It's Monday night. We're reporting from FEMA Region 7. We're going to take a look at this super typhoon Hagibis. Now, man, it did everything exactly like I said a couple days ago. I said it was going to skirt around Guam and then turn into a monster. Well, that's exactly what it did. Strange signatures, which we're going to dive into here real quick. I mean, we got some weird anomalies with this thing. Before we get into all that, let's go ahead and hit a couple of headlines first. Hope everybody's having a good start of the week. So here we go. U.S. Air Force scientists develop liquid metal which autonomously changes structure. This is some Terminator-like liquid metal that can autonomously change the structure just like a Hollywood movie. The scientists developed liquid metal systems for stretchable electronics that can be bent, folded, crumbled, stretched. Our major research area towards the next generation military devices. Excuse me there. Conductive materials change their properties as they are strained and stretched. Typically electrical conductive I can't talk tonight. Conductivity decreases, the resistance increases with stretching. The material developed by the Air Force scientists called polymerized liquid metal networks does just the opposite. Liquid metal networks can be strained up to 700% and respond to the strain to keep the resistance between these two states virtually the same. So I'm not going to read all into this. All these links are in the description. So just another weapon of choice. They'll make this into some kind of crazy Terminator weapon, for sure. It's what we don't know is the thing. And then we got this. We got the edible electronics tattooed on your food, and it could help track your health. The development of organic circuits that can be transferred onto food and pills paves the way for a new era of biomonitoring. Man, it's just not going to end. This stuff is just going to get crazier and crazier. So these transferable tattoos or decal transfers. Let me get into I got to click to continue reading here. So these are like organic nanobots. So electronic devices that can operate inside the digestive tract are by no means new, for many medical professionals has had access to pills containing electronic devices such as cameras and batteries. These devices are made exclusively from silicon-based components that are expensive and inflexible. By contrast, materials scientists have made much recent progress in developing conducting polymers that can be inkjet printed into powerful electronic devices such as plastic displays. Man, this is just crazy stuff, man. So I'm not going to read all that. I mean, it's a pretty big article, but if you got time, it's worth reading into this. Then you know what the heck they're doing. And not only do we have that, we have this design and testing of airborne atmospheric sensor nodes. This is like an unprecedented weather prediction through the use of smart dust nodes. This project is known as Global Sense. The sensor nodes currently are being postulated as large devices, although there is emphasis on miniaturization into the micro and nano scales. So the design of these atmospheric probes, called the environmental moat or EMOTE, this lightweight airborne atmospheric sensing moat, has been designed for mass deployment over weather events of interest as part of a system known as Global Sense, which aims to provide weather data with high spatial and temporal density. The letter describes the initial emote design and ground-based test results of meteorological sensing functions. You know, these are just more tools for the toolbox for the weather warfare. Take a look at this. We're going to get into this typhoon, but I just wanted to show you. Well, it's not loaded all the way yet, but just from yesterday. I mean, just look at the bunker fuel operations out here that was in the Pacific yesterday. I mean, they're just out here just laying the nanobots, laying the nano particulates, the carbon fiber clouds, and creating a blanket. This is all heading over towards the West Coast, which we'll get into that a little bit deeper here. I just got to get through some of this crap. And let me close these out as we go. We got the nano technologies. You know, all these links I put in here, you know, I share these so that you guys can read into this stuff. And, you know, because there's no way I can cover all this stuff in one broadcast. It'd just take too many. So, approximately 11,000 simulated emotes, which we just talked about, deployed from a stratospheric balloon platform overflying Hurricane Katrina before landfall. Emote positions are shown during an 18-hour period from 7 a.m. Central Daylight Time, the 28th, through August 4 a.m., the 29th. They did this in 2005. So they were using these little nanobots when Hurricane Katrina hit. We know this was a manufactured hurricane. Pretty crazy, huh? We're just now finding out about this stuff. So there you go. There's some more weather warfare news right there. Let's get in a couple of these. We got these giant 5G drones in the Hawaii skies. So you're going to be getting irradiated from the sky. I mean, look at these things. These things are huge. I think I got some better pictures. I had a good thumbnail of it. But, so you got millimeter waves raining down on you from the skies in Hawaii. So a massive football-sized drone flying in the stratosphere, beaming down toxic 5G radiation into the earth, into the ocean, into your homes, into your bodies. Sounds like something out of science fiction nightmare. But the sponsors of the Hawk 30 program, tech giant SoftBank in Japan, a defense contractor, AeroVironment of California, and Alphabet, which is Google, have their way. That nightmare will become reality this fall for some Hawaii residents and eventually for much of the world's population. The Hawk 30 program, proposed by the Research Corporation at the University of Hawaii, wants to use the Hawaiian island as a launch pad for the unmanned drones. They're going to be flying around 65,000 to 80,000 feet, carrying wireless communication relays, transmitting 5G signals into the air, land, and sea. It's a 3-phase program. In the final phase of the surreal plan, the Lana Islands becomes a drone manufacturing plant launch pad and a mission control center to fly massive drones throughout the equatorial belt. According to their use determination application, the purpose of the Hawk 30 program is to develop new airborne overhead 5G communication, which would provide strong wireless service over a large area, including deep valleys, remote lands, and over the ocean. There will be nowhere to hide from this stuff. If we let them keep this stuff going, there's nowhere to hide. You're going to be getting irradiated. And, you know, what are you going to do about that? So now's the time to, you know, protest this stuff right now. So in the links in the description, you can stop the massive 5G drones. Keepyourpower.org. Here's a petition right here that you can sign. You know, we have to fight back against this stuff. You know, this stuff is not as detrimental to our health. It's not good for us. Give me back the old landline phone. It's just, man, I mean, they're inundating us from every way they can. I mean, we're watching Agenda 2030, Agenda 21, Agenda 2050, all before our very eyes. And, you know, people need to wake up, man. We got to try to wake people up. I got some crazy stuff here out of Australia. I got a little better article here. Yeah, here it is. Let me get rid of that one. So you got these people down here protesting the climate change. But see, these people don't understand that it's not climate change, it's climate control. So if they just knew who to get behind, well, I don't know. I'll let you watch.
Longer be ignored. As our insects and pollinators begin to die, we begin...
That wasn't the right video. I closed the one. Man, these people are pretty nuts. They're doing like a play out here in the road. You know, you got these climate change protesters being arrested. You got a guy hanging from a bridge in like one of them hammocks. He's got like tons of food. But these are the people that we need to wake up. Not only are they nuts, but they're just fighting for the wrong cause. They're believing the New World Order agenda. They have no clue that this weather's being modified. Like, I got so many clips from down here in Australia, how they're cloud seeding, dropping 1080 from the skies, and all kinds of stuff. Now, a lot of these protesters are probably, you know, like Soros funded and stuff. But anyway, they still need to be woke up. There's one in particular I want to watch because it's actually kind of funny. But it doesn't seem like it's going to play. Oh, maybe it will.
Emergency. Bees pollinate our crops and are crucial to our food production. They bridge the gap between flora and fauna. They exist as both, as everything.
Look at this chick. She's like on Flacker or something.
But the bees are dying. When the bees die, we die.
God. These are the people we have to wake up.
Emergency.
We are in deep shit. All right. Well, hopefully somebody can talk some sense to these people and let them know they're on the wrong side. They're on the right side wanting to fight climate control, but you're not going to stop climate change. Climate change is normal. That's what the sun cycles do. All right, let me get out of that. Now I got to try to find... I'm kind of jumping around here on my stuff, so... All right, here, let me just go back to the mini. U.S. mining sites dumping millions of gallons of toxic waste into the water resources. Every day, millions of gallons of water loaded with arsenic, lead, and other toxic metals flow from some of the most contaminated mining sites in the U.S. and into surrounding streams and ponds without being treated. The torrent is poisoning aquatic life and tainting drinking water sources in Montana, California, Colorado, Oklahoma, and at least 5 other states. Using data from the public records, an independent researcher at AP examined 43 mining sites under federal oversight, some containing dozens or even hundreds of individual mines. The records show the average flows more than 50 million gallons of contaminated wastewater streams daily from the sites. In many cases, it runs untreated into nearby groundwater, rivers, ponds, roughly 20 million gallons a day of pollution that could fill more than 2,000 tanker trucks. This is a lot from the fracking. Let's check out this map. Well, maybe I can't zoom in on this map. But, you know, plus you have all the, you know, leaking nuclear stuff, all the old broken down sites. Some of this stuff just hacks me off, man. It just hacks me off. All right, so now we have a town's war with 5G. So this is a little win here. Officials ban installation of the new high-speed network after campaigners demand further research into the health effects. So a push from the latest 5G mobile technology across the country has hit a snag from angry residents in the quiet quarter of Devon. Now, I'm not even sure where this is at. I think, where is this at? I don't even know what country this is. I think this might be in the UK. So, you know, there has already been research done on this technology, and it's bad for you. They just don't want to admit it because they're going to make millions and millions and millions of dollars, trillions of dollars, all these companies. It's all about the money. It's not about your health. They want you sick. They want you to go to the big pharma. They want you to go to the thousands of doctors in every city. You have more, you know, hospitals and clinics and than you do, you know, any gas stations. It's just getting that bad. We also got this going on 1 year before the real ID deadline. Americans are not prepared for airport security change. This came out just a couple days ago. Why travelers are bringing their driver's license with them to the airport. A majority of Americans are not aware that starting a year from now, on October 1st, 2020, the only driver's license that will be accepted by airport security must be real IDs. The DHS announced that only 27% of Americans have been issued with a real ID card so far. Some more tracking devices. It's just ridiculous. I just won't get a driver's license. I'll drive around without no license. I've done it before. I don't need to fly, and I probably won't fly. It's coming out of the geology news. The Sahara Desert expanded by 10% in the last century. According to a new study, the Maryland scientists, the research is the first to assess the century-scale changes to the boundaries of the world's largest desert. It suggests that other deserts could be expanding as well. Well, we know all the dust is blowing off the Saharas, headed our way. It has been all year. It's not expanding, it's blowing farther away. It's like they're trying to make the United States the, you know, dust capital. So here we go. Vaccine mandates for everyone, everywhere, a globally coordinated agenda. You know, I think I'm going to save this article for later just because I'm really tired tonight. Here, I'm going to get out of that one. So Facebook is some more spying. User gets ads for obscure things she just chatted about. I mean, they do this. You could be talking in your car, have your cell phone off, and when you get home, you'll see a commercial on what you were just talking about. Pretty nuts, man. We have more of these companies destroying guns and weapons. Dick's Sporting Goods CEO company destroyed $5 million worth of weapons. Don't ever shop here again. You know, all these people, all these big mega companies that are trying to force their agendas on how we should live, just stop shopping there. Don't let nobody shop there. Block the doors. Don't let anybody shop there. Walmart's, McDonald's, you know, places like this. Anybody that's going to put the agendas ahead of the people's right to defend themselves should be banned from anybody shopping from. So now they're saying they found an ancient tree with a record of Earth's magnetic field reversal and its rings discovered. You know what? I'm going to go into this one later. Let me get rid of some of this crap I got up here. Alright, let's go ahead and jump into this super typhoon. Yeah, that real ID is definitely part of the United Nations, man. Quantum computers, the internet of everything. I mean, if you got drones up in the sky, they're not only beaming down the 5G, they're also tracking every little RFID card, every little computer chip on everything electronic. They're probably even going to be able to see what light bulbs are in your house. They'll be able to send frequencies through your light bulbs, through your TVs. It's like you're not going to be able to get away from it. It has to be stopped now. So, Super Typhoon Hagibis may become the strongest storm on Earth, half a world away, the Caribbean, which is still reeling from the impact and devastation Hurricane Dorian last month. Man-made storm. So is this one. Alright, so we're going to get into this storm. You know, I do got this document. It should be in the links too. This is the UN document gathering a body of global agreements adopted by the Resolution 3172 of the United States General Assembly on the 10th of December 1976. Convention on Prohibition, God, I can't talk tonight, of military or any other hostile use of environmental modification techniques. So does that mean the U.S. Department of Agriculture, the Texas License Bureau, the Idaho Power Company? Don't that mean that all these cloud seeding companies out here, isn't that what they're doing? They're modifying the environment? Yes, they are. You know, what are, you know, it's got all this in here. So each state party to this convention undertakes not to engage in military or any other hostile use of environmental modification techniques having widespread, long-lasting, or severe effects as a means of destruction, damage, or injury to any other state party. What do you think the bunker fuel's doing out in the Pacific right now? It's creating an environmental disaster. Each state party to this convention undertakes not to assist, encourage, or induce any state, group of the states, international organization to engage in activities contrary to the provisions of paragraph 1 in this article. Well, wouldn't that be the UN and David Keith and all these people that want to, you know, cloud seed the sky, the ones that want to mimic the volcanoes? So Article 1, the environmental modification technique, refers to any techniques for changing through the deliberate manipulation of natural processes. Man, that's a, you know, you could call that fracking, nuclear power, chemtrails, cloud ionizers, ship tracks. I mean, it's all that. The dynamics, composition, or structure of the Earth, including its biota, lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere, or of outer space. Well, it seems that all the governments are breaking this rule. What's the penalties for this? I know they're in here. I don't know where they are, but I'm sure they should all be in Guantanamo Bay. So this is an important document, but they're not going by it. And this was wrote back in 1976. We have fire warnings as temperatures reach 40 Celsius in Queensland. We've seen the huge spraying operation out there over the last week or two. You know, some parts of the country, it's snowing. Some parts, it's just roasting hot, droughted out. All man-made, all manipulated. All right, let's go ahead and get into this Typhoon Hagibis. I think that's how you pronounce it. Now, it did exactly what we said a couple days ago. We said it was going to skate by Guam. And then, let me get it up on here. So all the tracks are still taking it right into Japan. Probably don't even need that. So let's go ahead and first off, let's take a look at the Mort microwave. This is the cloud temperature brightness. Here's Guam, the little islands coming by. If you guys can see my mouse here, there goes Guam going by. And look, it turns into a square. It's not a circle. And there's going to be a lot of weird square anomalies. So this is a different technique on this hurricane. We know the clouds seeded it to form it. But watch, it goes past Guam and then all of a sudden it turns into a square. It's a square hurricane. This is the last 48 hours. Let me go back. I'm going to show you a bunch of stuff here. Let me just see the last 24 hours. So it's flying, zipping by Guam, just like we said it would. And then it starts turning square. There is no, like, real eye wall with this thing. And here we go. So as soon as it passed Guam, it turns into or right there it's saying it turned into a Category 5 right when it split the two islands. And it's going to remain a Category 5 for quite a while. But you're going to see square signatures on this too. See if I can zoom in a little bit closer on this. Let me take the tracks off so they'll be out of the way. So we get the tracks and forecasts off. So yeah, it was like a square. It shows squares in there. Look, it don't have a perfect circle eye wall like Dorian or Michael or Humberto or any of them. This thing is like different. So pretty strange looking typhoon. Let me get this thing to load up a little better. So let's take a look at the visible. And let's just watch the eye wall. Look, it didn't even have an eye wall. It's, you know, it's going through an eye wall replacement or something. But it's never really had an eye wall. You'd think, you know, one of the strongest storms on Earth right now would have just a huge eye wall. Let's check it out on the water vapor. Yeah, it don't even have an eye wall. It's just like a machine. So that means there is no eye wall. That means in the center. I'm just trying to see if it will stand out the winds. Yeah, unless it's just going through an eye wall replacement, so I won't be able to tell tomorrow, but it never really has had an eye wall. Even on the radars. This is the Guam radar. This is the rain. And I just wanted to watch how this rain come in around the radar. It don't get anywhere near the next rad. Just as expected, no rain around the radar. But when you look at the base reflectivity, you'll see rain everywhere. Everywhere but over the next rad. They don't want no hell to hit the next rad. And then we're going to show you some more square signatures on this. So here is the base reflectivity. You can see it's just opened up right there, pointed at the other islands. It's cutting all the moisture off from hitting the islands. But it almost looks like it's trying to create its own vortex. Let's look at the winds. Man, it's all part of they're all in on it. Every country is doing weather modification. I showed nightly all the different companies in the different areas that are doing this. It's all of them. all these planes, all the chemtrail planes, they don't crash because they're ran by AI. It's an AI program. I've exposed the program. You see we have microwaves pulsing really hard at this storm. Now I wish I could pull it out a little farther, but it's probably not going to let me. Let's jump over to the Earth though and look at this thing. And then we'll look at the RAM slider. That's got awesome. So here we are back on 6:10 at 4 o'clock. So this was yesterday. Now I'm going to push this thing forward. Let me zoom in as far as I can zoom in there. So I'm going to go up a few hours at a time. Here's Guam right here. If you guys can see these little islands, I'm not sure if you can see them till this thing processes. So here we go. We're coming in. And one thing I wanted to note, let me get that right there. Okay, now the United States just launched an ICBM missile, a Minuteman missile, a few days ago, and it landed down here in the Marina Islands. I think they're right in here, or they're the ones just a little bit farther. But there's a weird look. The winds start emanating from right here. So let me get that back up. Like there's just something emanating right there. So it's like a power source is coming right from that island. Yeah, right here. It's not at the island. Let's see if I can zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, these are the islands. These are the atoll islands. This is where the ICBM missile hit. But look how the winds are like coming out of nowhere. They're just blossoming out. I just thought that was really freaky right there. So you got like two little power sources out here, and it's just strange that that's right where they launched the missile. Look, it's still doing it. It's doing it up here. All right, so here we are. We're coming up on Guam. Go up another couple hours, and look at this thing just start picking up, and then it hyper jumps right past Guam, just like we knew it would. Look at it, right as soon as it gets past Guam, wham. What kind of winds we looking at here? 124 mile an hour winds, 105, 90. Let's go up another few hours. 114. We take the winds off. They're not. See, with 124 miles an hour. But look, here's our square pattern. We keep getting these weird square patterns. I've never got square patterns. And look, the eye wall is not even close to being perfect. It's a square. I wish I could zoom in a little more. 128 mile an hour winds. And we know Captain Guam's out there. How's the waves going out there? Let's check the waves on this baby. And then we can track this right on up. This thing isn't going to lose much strength. I mean, this thing, we watched them cloud seed all up here around Japan. We knew where it was headed days ago. Before the models even come out, we called this as being a typhoon, and here it is. It showed up. We could just tell by the cloud seeding operation. So we'll see what kind of waves we were looking at when this thing come through. So nothing. We got 24-foot waves back on the 6th. And then right when it goes through, 52-foot waves. So, hey, Captain Guam, I know you're out there. What kind of waves you guys got going out there right now? I know he's out there. They will be mostly on the east side. Okay, well, at least it didn't hit you guys. But we know it. They never take out the next rads, ever. 55-foot waves, 59.4-foot waves. We're almost hitting 60-foot waves. 47 foot, So this is 57-foot waves, 55. Monster storm, monster waves. So that's what's headed to Japan. And it's still really 57-foot waves. That's some ridiculous waves right there. See how far I can track this out. 63-foot waves. Holy crap. 62.4, 63, 64. Man, that's some monster waves, guys. Look at that thing. That's going to be, if that thing holds, we're talking mega storm surge. 62-foot waves. 60.8, 59, 58, 61.9. So you almost, 62-foot waves hitting the whole Japan here. We'll see if it really blasts them here. So 58.8, 60.3. So heads up in Japan, 61.8. Oh man, this is going to be devastating if these kind of waves hit the banks with the wind. We're talking a major disaster. More bad news for the Fukushima meltdown. 62.9, almost 63-foot waves. So this could be a major disaster. I think they got more nuclear areas over there. I mean, they don't have to take an earthquake to take one of these things out. It takes a bad hurricane. And this is a bad one. 61. How many floors up is a 60-foot wave? What's that, like 4 stories tall? So, wow. So this could be like the storm of the year right here. Getting ready to blast Japan. And then it's just going to go right up the coast, so nobody's going to get out of this. 62.3-foot waves as it scrapes the side of Japan. So if anybody has relatives in Japan, you need to let them know right now. They got some issues coming by this thing. I mean, that is crazy here. Let's take this up as the wind models. Hey, thanks out there. Wake up. Oh, man. This is going to be a bad one, man. So you got to figure all that wind plowing into the banks on top of 60-foot waves, man. What's that going to do? If it's a high tide, I mean, it's going to be ridiculous. So that's got to be probably the biggest heads up for, this part of the country this year, because that's going to be a bad one. And like I said, it don't even look, it's square. It's got a square inner area. It's almost like they have a magnifying glass up in space and they're just slowly directing it. Look at this. No defined eye wall. Just a square outer core. And not even an eye wall. What the hell is this thing? Is it a typhoon? Or is it a weapon? I mean, it's hard to say, man. Something's funky about this thing. Plus, we can show the ship tracks out there. We can show the aerosols being deployed. Let's take a look at the RAM slider. Let's look at it on there and see if we can find anything. I haven't even looked there, so we might be able to catch something on there. Yeah, Fukushima will just be more floating out from there. I mean, they can't contain it now. It's already leaking. This is gonna be a bad deal right here. Let's zoom in on this thing. I'm trying to get, so we already have aerosols being deployed in the front side of this and up here in Japan. This is where they want it to go. Let's try to animate this. I want to put this on every 30 minutes and we'll do at least 24 frames. We slow it down and hide this so we can see it better. Alright, this will take just a second to load, but man, this will be the clearest that you'd ever find right here. This is probably the clearest shots of this we could get. So look at that. Hardly no eye wall, man. Have you ever seen a hurricane without an eye wall? Especially a Category 5. Where in the heck is the eye wall? Why does it have a square outside core where the eye wall should be? You got tons of aerosols being deployed in the backside. We watched them set this up. Here's the spraying operation out ahead of it. We watched them spray this thing for days and days. This thing was conjured up, and now it's heading up towards Japan. We'll be able to zoom in on this pretty good. There's some clear. Look how little that eye wall is. What is that, man? That's not. That's like a little pin prick in there. Well, they turn clockwise when they're south of the equator, and they turn counterclockwise when they're north of the equator. Yeah, they forgot the eye wall. We'll sit this thing a load, man. Yeah, that's like the smallest eye wall ever, and especially for being a Category 5. We go look at them. You notice the Dorian had a pretty small eye wall, but it was way bigger than that, and then Michael had a huge eye wall, and them were both wind weapons. They were perfectly circle, perfect circle eye wall on the microwaves, imagery, everything. This thing here is coming out squares, and so it had an eye wall for a minute. Like a miniature eye wall. So it had an eye wall right when it went past the North Island there. I wonder if how bad a damage that got up there. Because as a Category 5, it still is a Category 5. Monster storm. How big is this thing? Hold on, let me go see if I can see how big this thing is. Hurricane Dorian, it was like 100 miles wide. Hurricane Michael was like 100 miles. I think it was 105. Wow, they're not giving me the size of it. Normally they give you the size right here of it. Let's see if it's on this. Typhoon. Wind gusts up to 175 knots, 55-foot waves. How come it's not showing me the size of this thing? Usually they give us, the wind radius 34, 50, 64. There's the nautical miles. So I think it's at 225 miles wide. I mean, I'm not sure. This is not, usually they just give it to me. I don't know where to find that. Yeah, usually it's just right here in this. It tells you the size. See, like this one, maximum wind radius 100 nautical miles, radius of circulation 200 nautical miles. This thing's so big, they're not even telling us how big it is. This thing's probably like a 500 mile wide typhoon. That's insane. Let's see what it looks like on their visible, if it'll come up. Yeah, it goes straight from summer to winter. This is insane, man. It don't even look like an eye wall replacement. It just don't look like it has an eye wall. And this thing is monstrous. Alright, so you know what I could do? I could probably export this into Google Earth and just see how big this damn thing is. Alright. See, it's not loaded yet, so I'm not even gonna get the I can't look at the fresh worldview part of it because it's not loaded. As far as it's loaded for the night, we just need it over another 50 miles. We'll see if the ship tracks are still out here. Not as many. They're still here, but there's, you know, nothing like there was yesterday. You can see they're going up to the port up in Alaska. So they're right here. I didn't get to get this loaded. So they're still conjuring the storm down here by Cuba. Look, new spraying operation. All the way up and around. They're going to try to flood out the southern part of Florida. We got spraying operations over the Virginias. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this tonight. I'm just tired right now. I can hardly even see straight. We got spraying operations over the desert again. So, you know, these are hard to see when they're over the desert, but they spray the desert. Here they are. Big old chemtrail, big old shadows all across the desert. So that's, look, we got spraying operations in the southern part of the desert. Still got the weird microwave signatures coming off down here. Look at these clouds. These are for the microwaves. They did that blast wave down here a couple days ago. I think that was back on the, was that on the 5th? Let me, wow, where was that blast wave? No way they took it off. Let's see if it's on the, oh, here it is. So we had this super strange, you know, blast radius. That's not like a regular dust storm. And then look, the same stupid microwave frequencies were here on October 2nd. Let's go back up to today. So here we are today. And look, they're still there. What are they doing out here? That's like a 90-degree turn. That is odd. What are they doing out here? Something is going on right here. They're fabricating the Sahara dust. Hold on, let's look. Sometimes I hate when I find stuff like this, just because I know it's not for good. So it never did show the blast. Look, the dust is inundating that storm they're trying to conjure up. And right here is where there's gonna be a little opening for that hurricane to form over there. So timing will be everything on this dust. I mean, this is the most dust I've ever seen in 1 year, and I've been documenting these since 2014. So this is just insane. So crazy, crazy stuff. But this is really abnormal, these signatures. Let's go back to yesterday, let it load. Okay, they weren't there yesterday. Not there the day before. See a lot of chemtrails down here on the 4th. And then here they are again, tons of chemtrails. And man, exact same signature. Did they forget to CGI that thing out? I mean, what is going on? Look, they were real small here. Look, you can even see the aerosols being deployed. That's not the dust, that's aerosols. And you got this anomaly. The perfect straight lines coming down right before the blast wave. Look, these are all microwave signatures in the clouds. This is a weather weapon. Tons of aerosols being deployed. So you got this crazy straight lines like beaming down right here. You got chemtrails down here. This was on the 1st. Here's the 2nd. It just blew up. They hit this thing with something from up north, and it's leaving these weird signatures. I mean, that's pretty slow moving, but man, that is strange, man. I cannot believe that them signatures are still here today. So here's today, and they're coming back. Same damn signatures. This is like telling me that they're inducing these dust storms. That, or we got some kind of freaky microwave energy emanating right here. It's very, very strange. Spraying operations over Libya, and then out here in the Mediterranean Sea you got major spraying operations again. So all this stuff's going to drift towards the east, so you're going to get some more inadvertent spray. You know, we had spraying operations all over Egypt. We got just some small spraying operations in Sudan. Over here in Niger, all kinds of spraying. See, this is going on everywhere, man. Let's go check Australia. More weird cloud signatures. So they got fires going on all over the east here. All the spraying's down here in the south. Over Tasmania. Now, like last week, all the spraying operations were over Perth. They were coming right down. Then you had the weird fires that started right after the chemtrails. And there's still chemtrails, and you got fires still over here in Perth. So they're still burning people out. And of course, here's the cyclone, the typhoon before it fired up. Look, you can see the little bitty eye wall right there. So this was yesterday. But look at all the aerosols being deployed out ahead of this thing. Aerosols all the way around. And then you had all the bunker fuel going straight on up. See, they're spraying right here. Here's where all the heavy aerosols are. This is where they're going to guide it up. I guarantee right here is exactly where that thing's going to hit. It's going to go up and hit right there. it's going that way. Then we'll see the aerosols move this way. Then they'll curve it. We'll just follow the aerosols and we'll know exactly where it's going. Every time, like clockwork. Anyway, guys, I am spent tonight. I'm going to jump off here. I want to thank everybody out there that helps us out, shares the information. Thanks out there, Jimmy Meeks. Wake up. Much love out there. Thanks everybody that shares this information out. And all that good stuff. We're going to play a song called Rise. Everybody's going to have to rise. We can't let them keep getting away with this stuff. So anyway, guys, we'll play the song Rise. I'll go give away the treasure chest over on D Live. Then I'll come join you in chat for a few. Much love. Here we go. No fear. Eyes to the sky, man. See the lies. Tell your neighbors that quit looking at their phone and look up. Their future depends on it. Yeah, I am. I'm wore out, man. Hard day. I don't even know if the scene's going to change. The broadcaster may be froze. We may have to just be live all night. I don't know. Much love, guys. I don't know if it's going to change.